Good morning, gang. Happy Thursday morning. Well, we made it through the storms. No tornadoes here, so that was good. So all's good. Before I start today, I wanted to say a thank you to Therone X from WAAM up in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Yesterday afternoon, he invited me on his radio show to discuss for about 15 minutes just prepping and being a patriot and that sort of stuff. So if y'all haven't ever heard him, I mean, it's conservative patriot radio, I guess, if you will. Uh, Kind of a fun guy to listen to. But like I said, WAAM up in Ann Arbor. So thanks, Theron. All right. So what I want to talk about this morning is the other side. As preppers, we're all always concerned about how are we going to protect ourselves, our food, our garden, our security, our weapons, whatever it would be. Very important. We always want to protect ourselves from somebody coming to us. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. You are not going to be able to avoid interaction with other people. And even if somebody else isn't a prepper, you are eventually going to stumble into somebody else's turf. Okay? How do you protect yourself? And it's not necessarily, wherever I go, I carry a gun, whatever. Sure, okay, that goes without saying. But let's talk about security. I want to give you this. Right now in society, how many times a day do you think you are caught on camera? The average person. Let's take a guess. The answer is 70. 70 times a day you are caught on camera. Y'all remember the TV show Person of Interest? Maybe 10, 15 years ago when the show started out at the very beginning with, the flashes of facial recognition or whatever it is all over the place. Back then it was, 15 years ago, back then, it was, is this technology available? Everything like that. Yeah, okay, it was kind of unique. Now it's at your fingertips, okay? You can go onto your computer and put an image into your computer, and Google will figure out through facial recognition other images on the computer that match it. Gee, there's facial recognition for you right there. Okay. This is how many times you could be seen, how many times somebody can figure out who you are. Okay. I mean, Christ, somebody puts my picture in, it's going to pull up 1,000 YouTube videos. Okay. Not a problem there. So the question becomes, how do you avoid being caught by ATM cams, traffic cams, security cams, whatever it would be? Because as you're going along, if you're anything like me, and a lot of people are, you have security cameras around your property, and they don't stop right at the property line, okay? I mean, I've got one that covers the street that comes up to me. I can see any car that comes in. Not that I sit in front of that screen all day watching for whatever comes in, but if anything interesting happens, I have a record of it. I was never there. Really? Here's your car. Okay. Just as an example. In an SHTF situation, chances are you are going to have people outside the house on security detail, and you're probably going to have somebody inside monitoring all the cameras. Think about a Las Vegas casino. Okay, you see all those pictures with cameras all over the place, and there's people watching every one of them. You're going to have the same thing go on in your SHTF situation to protect the family. Radio, communications, everything there. You aren't the only one. Other groups, other people friend or foe, are going to be doing the same thing. Now, let's say, for example, you drive your car, your truck, your four-wheeler, your motorcycle, your bicycle, whatever it would be, up the street. You're going to go to somebody's house to pick up a dozen eggs. Let's just say something very simple, and they're a mile away. In the meantime, you pass through somebody's camera system, and they see you do this. And if they're good at keeping their intel, they write it down. Man on bicycle came by at 9:30 on Tuesday morning. Great. Man on bicycle went the other way at 10 o'clock on Tuesday morning. The next week, man on bicycle came by at 9:30 on Tuesday morning. There's suddenly a pattern. What's this guy doing? Now you've become that person of interest. Gee, all of a sudden the next time you go out, you get stopped. Where are you going, sir? None of your freaking business. Where are you going, sir? Okay. Oh, I picked up some eggs. Oh, you have eggs? Where'd you get them from? Over there. Good. I'll take those eggs from you, thank you. This is the thing. You are going to be surveilled just as much as you are surveilling other people. It's going to get more and more and more difficult. Yes, we all talk about an EMP. Will an EMP take out cameras? Maybe. Okay, probably. But it depends on what's going on. There's going to be spotters watching, okay? An EMP or whatever ain't taking these out. I'm going to be able to see. You're going to run past checkpoints. And I'm not just talking about military checkpoints. I'm talking about neighbors, people down the road. No, you're not passing through this street. This is our street, okay? Gangland mentality is going to come into play. This is our turf. Think about that, okay? You may not be able to get where you want to go or where you need to go without crossing into somebody else's turf. You want to get to the water source. That may be crossing somebody else's turf. You don't think that there's going to be somebody protecting a water source? Oh, that's going to be one of the very first things. Surrounding the access to a lake, surrounding the access to a river, so nobody can get water. Sure. We all talk about gray man. Don't have your lights on at night, wear big clothes, whatever it would be. That's all fine and dandy, but just being out somewhere is going to make you a target. How do you combat this? All right. Well, you're going to have a lot of movement at night. Practice walking around at night without a light. Okay? Get used to seeing in the dark. Not as easy as you think. I mean, we try to go out, you go outside, and there's light pollution somewhere. You're not going to have any of that if an EMP hits. It's pitch freaking black. There is going to be nothing. The only lights you're going to be moving by at night are the moon or the stars. Not exactly what you call bright light. You're not going to go out there with the flashlight. You want to talk about how easy it is? All these flashlights say, you can see up to a mile with this flashlight. Guess what? That means somebody a mile away can see you too. I want you all to think about that. All the things that you put together for your security, for your safety, for how you think you're going to be doing something can also be used against you. A lot of times we talk about how to make a smokeless fire. Don't put your spices in your food when you're cooking because it'll make it too aromatic. So people, other people will smell it, whatever it would be. Again, don't turn your lights on at night. It makes it obvious you have some sort of electricity, whatever it would be. You're going to be watching other people to see what they have. They're going to be watching you too. Okay? Paying attention to what you are doing. You have clean clothes. You have nice shoes. You have shoes, period. Okay. Get a few months into this. You think people are stealing, do you have problems now with people stealing shoes because, hey, they've got some good Nikes? You're going to get to a situation where, hey, they have shoes. They have a coat. I want to keep warm. These are things you have to remember, that not only are you watching out for somebody unknown coming toward you, somebody unknown is watching for you coming toward them. Think about that. There isn't it again, this goes into the romanticizing thing. People say, "Oh, the world's going to go to hell all around me and I'm going to stay in my little bubble here and I've got my rocket stove and my chickens and I'm going to cook my eggs and I'll be fine while the rest of the world collapses around me." It ain't that freaking easy. People are going to be watching, and you need to be aware of that. Pinball out.